For this video, I'm going to take you for a tour of the Morikami Museum and Japanese Gardens located in Delray Beach, Florida. This is a fascinating and a really unique attraction that I discovered in Palm Beach County. The park and museum are named after George Morikami, who actually grew up in South Florida. Now, George Morikami was actually born in Oyazu, Japan, but he came out to Palm Beach County to live and work at what at the time was the family farm. Now, a long time ago, there used to be a Yamato Colony here in Florida, which was a bunch of Japanese immigrants. But because of the turmoil during World War II and the concentration camps and everything, they all moved away except George Morikami. He was the only member of the Yamato Colony to stay here in Florida. You know, as someone who was born and raised in South Florida, I always drove up and down Yamato Road, and I never had any idea where the name came from until I visited this particular attraction. So, the Morikami Museum and Japanese Gardens sits on about 188 acres, so it's a very large attraction. It's larger than like Walt Disney World, at least the Magic Kingdom. And it's just a really nice, beautiful place to walk around. The admission prices are very affordable. An adult admission runs about $16. Active military and seniors are $14. College students run about $12, and children ages 6 to 17 are $10. The museum building itself is pretty large. It has a library, a gift shop, a Japanese restaurant called the Cornell Cafe. It has a 220-seat movie theater that is showing various films on a continuous loop. And they have rotating exhibits that are featured inside the designated museum section. What's remarkable to me is I never heard of this place, and I grew up in South Florida. This particular attraction opened up in 1977, which also happens to be the year I was born. What's crazy about this attraction is my father worked right down the street, and I was always in this area a lot, but I had never heard of it. If it weren't for the TripAdvisor app, I never would have known that it was a thing. Bizarre to me that people could actually grow up around here and just not know what an amazing park this was. So the botanical park is actually split up into 6 different gardens. They are the Shinden Garden, the Paradise Garden, the Early Rock Garden, Kari Sansui Garden, the Hiranawa Garden, and the Modern Romantic Garden. Now, I'm sure I mispronounced some of those. I'm just doing the best I can, guys, as a gringo. So what's my bottom line for the Morikami Museum and Japanese Gardens? I'm going to recommend this attraction. You know, the botanical gardens aren't patterned after the traditional, like, Florida roadside attractions like Cypress Gardens and Bok Tower, where they would plant a lot of annuals that are really colorful and bright. Almost everything in the gardens here are perennials or evergreens, a lot of bonsai trees, that type of stuff. So it's a different type of garden, but its unique flair really makes it stand out, especially among other attractions down here in Florida. So I think you definitely can appreciate it. It really is a beautiful place to come and visit, and I spent the whole day. I mean, 188 acres is a lot to walk. There's so many pathways and branches, and you can explore this place for hours and hours. Well, that pretty much wraps up all my thoughts on the Morikami Museum. For the rest of this video, I'm just going to play a little music to show you around. Thanks for joining me on this tour of the Morikami Museum. If you enjoyed this vlog of the Adventure Schmuck, don't forget to like and subscribe.